The Indiana Fever ownership is finally speaking out, and it's explosive. Tension is building behind the scenes over how Caitlin Clark is being used. Fans are frustrated, and the backlash is getting louder every day. Now the front office is stepping in to address Stephanie White's decisions.
It's all starting to make sense. The constant posts.
The Indiana Fever are asking fans to buy tickets, but sales are slower than expected since Caitlin Clark joined the team. Some preseason seats are still going for around $280, and even the home opener has empty sections. Last year, tickets sold out very fast because of the huge excitement around Clark. Now, fans are saying they are not rushing to buy tickets like before. Some feel disappointed with how things were handled last season, while others think high prices and the economy are also part of the problem. Even with the biggest star in women's basketball on the team, the Fever are struggling to match last year's demand.
I've never seen them ask more. I've never seen them demand more. I've never seen them tweet more. When it comes to ticket sales and trying to sell out an arena, I have never seen the Indiana Fever ask more than they are asking now. And I am beginning to find.
Let's talk about what's going on with Indiana Fever ticket sales right now, because the numbers are starting to tell a different story than before. The Fever have been posting more than usual about tickets still being available. They are constantly reminding fans, pushing sales, and trying to fill seats, something you normally don't see from a team with Caitlin Clark on the roster. In the last 2 seasons, it was the opposite situation. Tickets were selling out in minutes. Fans were rushing to get in, and resale prices shot up because demand was so high. The Indiana Fever were one of the hardest teams in the league to get tickets for. That was the Caitlin Clark effect in full force. Huge attention, massive demand, and a lot of excitement around every game.
He lets us all know tickets are moving a little slowly for the Indiana Fever. When you compare it to the first year, flew off the shelves. When you compare it to the second year, #now you know, flew off the shelves. They couldn't keep them long enough. Now, we are a week away from preseason. A lot of tickets available. We are about 2 weeks away from the regular season. A lot of tickets available. Not only are they available, but the Indiana Fever, these tickets are high. Like, I wouldn't spend that much money on tickets.
Right now, Indiana Fever ticket sales are not moving the way they used to. Even though the season is about to start a week before preseason and 2 weeks before the regular season, there are still many tickets available. This includes not just cheap seats, but also good seats for the home opener against the Dallas Wings. Upper-level seats are still over $100 and not selling fast. Mid-level seats are around $300 to $400. Even seats near the bench costing $700 to $900 are still available. Preseason tickets are also very expensive, ranging from $100 to $280, even though these are just warm-up games where starters may not play full minutes. Many fans feel those prices are too high for preseason games. The Fever are even posting frequently on social media to remind people to buy tickets, which is unusual compared to last year when everything sold out quickly. Some people say the slow sales are because of the economy. Higher gas prices, expensive travel, and rising grocery costs are affecting how people spend money. That is partly true, and many fans agree. But others point out that the economy was also tough last year, yet tickets still sold out almost instantly. So the question becomes, what has changed? For some fans, the issue is trust. They feel something shifted between the team and its supporters after how things were handled last season with Caitlin Clark, and that is affecting demand this year.
Bill, is the juice worth the squeeze? Especially when you don't know the role of your favorite player. People remember last year. Day to day, and they would spend tickets and spend money.
Let's break down what happened last year that made some fans more cautious about buying tickets. Now Caitlin Clark got injured during the season, and her status became unclear from game to game. She was often listed as day-to-day, which meant there was no guarantee she would play. That created a lot of uncertainty. Fans who had already bought tickets weeks or even months earlier would show up to games without knowing she might be sitting out. So for many people, the experience felt risky. They weren't sure if they were paying for a full game experience or one without the league's biggest draw.
Look at Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White said before the game that the fact that she is day-to-day means that the imaging she got today is good news. Still no word on...
Some fans shared frustrating experiences from last season that are affecting ticket sales now. One fan said they traveled to Indianapolis with a friend, stayed in a hotel near the arena, and bought tickets early just to see Caitlin Clark play. But when they arrived, she wasn't even playing. Another fan said they bought tickets at the beginning of the season, spent a lot of money on travel and hotels, and went to multiple games after Clark got injured. Because of that experience, they are now waiting before buying tickets this season, so they don't get disappointed again. This kind of reaction is what's slowing down ticket sales. Some fans feel like they were misled during the injury period last year. The team would often say Clark was close to returning or day-to-day, which encouraged fans to buy tickets. But then, right before games, she would be ruled out again. By that point, fans had already spent money on tickets, travel, and hotels. Many felt like they were left with incomplete games after planning everything around seeing her play today. As the season went on and injuries piled up, fans felt they were not getting clear information. Now, some of them are being more careful and waiting before buying tickets to avoid that same situation again.
And the craziest thing about this last groin injury with Caitlin Clark is how it's been covered. The day after she had the groin injury, she was listed as day-to-day. And then a couple weeks after that, then she was listed to being out indefinitely. Now, ESPN had August 12th as the circled return date for Caitlin Clark to get back onto the court. And just yesterday, she was listed as a game time decision for today's game against the Dallas Wings. And then after practice yesterday, Coach Stephanie White basically came out and said, no, Caitlin Clark hasn't even been practicing. So they changed it from a game time decision to her being out. This has been all over the place, and I get it to a certain extent. The fans, the media does not need to know every little thing that's going on with Caitlin Clark's injuries, especially a star player like that. We will never know all the information, nor should we know all the information, and that's actually good for Caitlin. It protects her for when she does come back on the court. She can't be targeted. Teams can't use a certain injury or ailment against her if people don't really know what is going on. But the reporting of her timeline in general, there has been no rhyme or reason to what has been shared about it.
Many fans feel that trust was damaged last season, and that is affecting ticket sales now. They believe the Indiana Fever did not always handle Caitlin Clark in a way that matched fan expectations. When she was healthy, fans expected her to control the offense, create plays, and be the main focus of the team. Instead, some fans felt she was often used in ways that didn't maximize her strengths, playing off the ball, standing in corners, or being placed in positions that limited her impact. Because of that, fans felt like they weren't getting the experience they paid for. On top of that, there has been criticism of coaching decisions and team direction. Some fans questioned the roster construction, including signing multiple guards and drafting players that don't clearly fit around Clark. There are also concerns about comments from team leadership about minutes management and decision-making, with some fans feeling the organization is not fully aligning itself around its star player. All of this has created frustration among parts of the fan base. Many feel the organization is more focused on its own system and decisions rather than fully building around Caitlin Clark. And fans are paying attention to everything being said and done. Fans understand what's being implied, and many are now choosing to wait before spending their money. They want to see how the season actually unfolds before committing. Some are asking real questions. What if they buy tickets and Caitlin Clark is on a minutes restriction? What if she plays reduced minutes? What if they spend hundreds of dollars on tickets, travel, and hotels, only to see a style of play that doesn't fully use her strengths again? These concerns come from what fans saw last season and what they've heard from the organization this offseason. Because of that, many fans feel they are being careful, not unreasonable. They are simply waiting for proof before investing again.